Hello again, everyone. Deflect here for Hermit Fair Gaming. I want to bring a new video out because it has been a week of weeks doing keys this week. And there's a lot of bricks going on, and there's some ways to fix it. Now, this is individual responsibility and group responsibility, so it comes into a bit of both. And this goes for anything from +2 to +11, +12. It really doesn't matter because you don't have the affix anymore. But number one thing to do to stop bricking keys, do the affix. This week is especially the worst affix if you are not a shaman or a priest. So what this affix does, it puts a heal debuff on people, the whole party, once every minute. Now, the thing is, almost all classes, almost every one of them, except about like 3 or 4, have a dispel. So, no dispel. Hunters can feign it off. It's once a minute. You can feign every one of them. Mages can remove curse. Rogue, I don't know if you can cloak. I'm not sure on that, but I'll double check. Priest have 2. They have mass dispel and they can cleanse themselves or cleanse another party member. Mass dispel is on a 2-minute CD, so every other one you can get the whole party if they're stacked. Warlocks, I don't know if the imp pet works. I haven't tried it, but it's possible. Paladins, if you spec into it, you can have 2. That means you can use your sack to remove a curse from people, and then you also have your cleanse. So that is 2 for the paladins. Druids have 1. Shamans have the totem, which is again a 2-minute cooldown, and they also have a purge or remove curse or whatever theirs is called. Cleanse, maybe cleanse curse. Anyway, they have another one as well. So shamans have 2. Monks have 1. Demon hunters, I don't believe have any. Death knights, I can AMS it, I believe, and then evokers have 2. They have cauterize and expunge. So out of all the classes, demon hunters, no. Warrior, no. Rogue, maybe not. Warlock, maybe not. And I'm 99% sure AMS works for not getting it. So that is all the classes, except a couple, able to do it themselves. I was in keys, and I've been in keys from +3s to +11s all week. Done some +12s. We don't need to talk about those because they don't have the affix. But even in the +11, I was in a group, a +11 wake, that the shaman didn't use poison clan totem one time, not once throughout the key. Needless to say, well, we were a little out of carrying some undergeared people, I think. They weren't all fully up in their gear. They're running some alts, which is fine. And we didn't time it. We were over by 5 minutes due to the fact that we wiped when the affix comes out during heavy boss AoE damage. I was healing on my monk. I only have 1 cleanse if revival is down, so revival can cleanse them all, but if it's down due to other damage previously, it just instantly snaps, boom, you get the debuff, and then heavy AoE, you're almost instantly dead. So you need to be aware of the affix. You want to stop bricking keys, do the affix. Every affix is important. This week is extremely important, but everyone is important. The other ones, add a shield. The other ones heal. Like, you're just making the key more difficult and lowering your chances to finish if you don't do the affix. And use your toolkit. If you have a remove curse, if you have a purge, if you have a dispel, use your toolkit. That's why you have it. Don't rely on other people. It is very important to do. The point number 2 to not bricking keys, or to lower your chances of bricking keys, kick properly. Whether you use a plater profile like I do, I'm using Quasi's right now. I think he does a great job at it. You can see that he highlights the casters in pink and the frontals in blue. I'm not really sure why these ones were pink in his thing, because I don't think you can interrupt those. You might be able to stun them, but you can't really interrupt them. So I'm not sure about that. But for the majority, 99% of the keys, you will see casters pink. That means they have to kick. Get yourself a focus macro. Mine puts a moon on it, so I know which one I'm going to be kicking. That tells everyone in the group I'm going to be kicking that one. A bunch of people I play with, they have triangle, and they have circle, and they have diamond, and all that fun stuff. So mine just happened to be moon. You can use anyone you want. I don't like the auto marker, so don't use the auto marker because it just throws up a blash of every one of them and it overwrites the ones that have already been done. This will not overwrite a one if it's already up. So if someone had a diamond up, I can't overwrite it with moon. It will always stay diamond. But kick the mob. Here is what happened this season. This season, stuns do not prevent the cast from happening again. Stuns will stop it for that time, but they do not prevent future casts of it. So if you stun, it will cast it again. You stun, it will cast it again. Kicks change the cycle of the cast. So you kick it, it won't cast it right away again. It will cast a different ability. So very good thing to do is kick the ones that are very important. Now, Quasi does that. He highlights his in orange. So when you see the cast bar go orange, that's a very important one. Another good one to use if you haven't tried it out. Vespers is very good too. Vesper TV. He does a nice one. It's very close to this. I used it for a bit, but he changed one or two things that I didn't like 100%. It wasn't for me, and I wasn't going to go through it and fiddle with it all. So I didn't do it. I did run it for a bit, and it is very good too. The nice thing he does is on his that tweaks it a little more from Quasi's is his cast bar will outline in green if your kick is available. So the regular one's purple. He doesn't do the frontal. But yes, you can still mark it the same, and they changed a little bit of the look. So very close. Both are very good. You can find them. Just Google Quasis and Google Vesper or Vesperol or we'll get you the exact information. Vesperol TV. He'll be able to get his, and then Quasi. Just Google Quasi. Quasi been doing it for a long time, so he has some great stuff out there. I highly recommend checking it out. But that is number one and number two. Do the affix number one, because there's so many brick keys this week because people aren't doing the affix. Number two, and help out when you can. Use your utility to help out with the affix. Like, don't just rely on someone. That was number one. Number two, kick. Always kick. Keys can be made much easier by kicking. I've timed, easy plus 10s by going pack to pack, because the tanks just want to go pack to pack to pack. No big pulls, nothing crazy. Just do damage and kick appropriately. So you can still time them. You don't have to rush. You don't have to do the MDI pulls. You don't have to do all that fun stuff. Everyone's getting really geared now, so DPS shouldn't be an issue. And the third tip. How do I put this politely? Don't be a toxic piece of shit. That's the easiest way to put it. You'll never find a bigger way to brick a key than start chirping the tank, the healer, a DPS. Like, you start just laying into them, they're just going to leave. In the end, it's a video game. They're here to have fun. They're here to have a break from whatever else they're doing in their daily life. They're here just to enjoy their time in the game. They're going to make mistakes. Everyone's going to make mistakes. I know that's weird and shocking. DPS always make mistakes. They stand and stuff. Who cares? It's a video game in the end. So don't be toxic. Don't just sit there and just blame, telling them they suck, do this, you suck. That's going to get you nowhere. That's going to get you the quickest way to a brick key. That's going to get you. So I don't just do that. And then you're just making the community worse. It's just, you're going to brick keys. Community's going to be worse. People are going to find out. They're just going to, ignore you for being toxic. You're going to have a lower keys on your list here, because if a lot of people ignore you and ban you, you won't find the keys in the pre-made group. You will be on ignore from a lot of people, and they're not going to play with you. So it's just a thing. Stop being toxic. There's no point to it. It's not going to make the key go better. You can have always suggestive, complimentary criticism is always good, or constructive criticism is fine. Like, you can have that. That's not a problem. Say, hey, have you tried this? Or, maybe try and pop whatever bark skin and survival instinct in this pack, and hopefully it will help you survive. Or pop it at the beginning when the damage is here. Constructive criticism that helps someone get better, because in the end they either don't know or they made a mistake. Two things. And yelling at them, telling them they suck, or they're a piece of shit, or they're worthless and they're terrible and they should quit the game, isn't going to make them have fun. Then you're going to have less players. So get out of that mindset as well. Try and enjoy The game is for what it is. It's a fun game to play. So those are the three things to help stop bricking keys. Those are the biggest things I can think of, especially in the 2 to 11 key level. Once you get to 12s, the affix kind of is null and void. And if you're at 12s, you probably know how to stop bricking keys anyway. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Anyways, if you have any questions, as always, leave a comment below. Like, share, subscribe. Deflect, firm but fair gaming. We'll see you in the next video.